Your presentation of national sports is brought to you by Spreaker.com. Broadcast and listen to news, radio, and music with one low monthly rate. Your show will be right back after this word from the local stations.
Every time that you get undressed, I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song just looking at you. Oh, oh. Yeah, the drums they swing low, and the trumpets they go. And the trumpets they go.
Hello and welcome to Schnell's Sports Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Schnell, alongside Kelsey Ferris and Robert Dieters. This is a sports show, guys. I can't believe it, but we are back, Robert, and we have a new member here today, Kelsey Ferris.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, hey guys.
Introduce yourself, Kelsey.
Kelsey Ferris. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and it's awesome to be able to be on the show with you guys.
Well, we're happy that you can join us today, Kelsey. And of course, you got your Broncos, but you're not too much of a fan of the Broncos.
No, I'm not. I'm personally more of a New York Jets fan, and I was really excited when they picked up Eric Decker for the season. I thought that was a great pickup for them, so that was exciting for me.
Yeah, well, the Jets still stink, though, Kelsey, so sorry. So anyway, moving on from Kelsey, sorry, we all know you have lovely stories that you have, but we got some NFL news to talk about that happened earlier in the week, and it's kind of fitting that Kelsey's from Colorado because Le'Veon Bell and LeGarrette Blount have been charged with marijuana possession.
What are these people doing with their lives?
This was just 2 hours before they were going to board a team plane to go to Philadelphia for a preseason game the next day. And what do you have to say about this, Robert? What do you think went through these guys' minds when they did this?
Stupidity went through their mind. That's what happened with LeGarrette Blount and Le'Veon Bell. This is your two top running backs for the Steelers, and you're making this stupid decision to just go out there and smoke some marijuana. Well, it's not very smart. And obviously this is going to be a first offense, so it's not going to be like 5-6 game suspension. It could still be the first game, but the Steelers do play the Cleveland Browns in Week 1, and that would be very interesting to watch out for. They have a third-string running back named Archer, and he's a rookie, and he was the 110th pick in the NFL draft. So that's going to be really interesting to watch out for if Blount and Bell are out for the Week 1. I think they'll get 1 game suspension for the marijuana and probably get fined a little bit as well. It's just disappointing to see some of these players doing marijuana, but it's not like they're taking PEDs or anything. So it's one of the least concerns for the NFL. Obviously, when you're like Josh Gordon, who's done it like 4 times, you're gonna get suspended the whole year. So, but this happens to a lot of players. We see it. There's been a lot of PED suspensions. I mean, Darrell Washington was out for PEDs, but this isn't PEDs. This is marijuana, and the main point is Bell and Blount, you guys are going to get lucky the first time. That's basically a warning for you the next time you do it. Could be out for maybe half the year or maybe the full year. You never know.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Pick up that third-string running back on your fantasy team. Fantasy owners, take notice. Right, Robert?
Yes, because he could be like a Tom Brady that could maybe come out of nowhere. It could maybe be a sleeper pick.
You never know
what's going to happen.
You never know in the NFL. Kelsey, any thoughts, last thoughts on this subject?
I think you guys hit really just all the main points. I just agree. Like, they had so much going for them, and they're just going to throw it away. But I guess they're lucky it's only 1 game.
Yeah, LeGarrette Blount, obviously, he's underperformed since he's joined the league back in whenever, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago he joined the league. And he's underperformed, but still, Le'Veon Bell, coming into his second year, people were saying that he was going to be one of the top 5 running backs in the league this year, and he has a lot going for him, and he could possibly have just thrown away some of his fans might go away now because of what he did, and people might not enjoy watching him because of what he just did. Anyway, moving on to some more NFL news. The Bills have had some problems in the past 3 days with their team and teammates not getting along. Doug Marrone, coach, had to intervene yesterday at practice. There was some fighting going along between teammates and pushing and shoving, and this wasn't any ordinary pushing and shoving after a play type of thing. This was, punches being thrown, and Doug Marrone obviously had to step in, and he made these players run suicides, which is that's some middle school stuff right there. And if your team isn't mature enough to realize that you're professionals now, then you're gonna have to discipline them like they're kids. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, if they're gonna act like kids and they're gonna scuffle around and just be immature about the game, then I think that the coach made the right decision by treating them like kids and make them run suicides, make them low. Like, you're professionals, you need to act like professionals.
Robert?
These fights happen, a lot, obviously. I've heard the Niners had 2 fights, and just, it's not like this is a common thing, but when it breaks out to 2 days in a row, you need to seriously just ask yourselves, why are you guys fighting over this? You guys are teammates. You guys are working together. Obviously, you have a job to fight for. And you're going to be maybe first string, second string, or you're even going to make the roster this year. And it's really kind of tough because there's also actually another big fight, and it was actually Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There was a rookie wide receiver brawl. So there's been a lot of fights just happening in the NFL. And I think it's just because, this is the end of training camp. Basically, we're at week 3, week 4, and we're going to basically be done with preseason. But people are fighting for their jobs literally, and they're going to talk crap to each other. They're going to, get physical. But, it happens. Hard Knocks. I don't know if you ever watched the Atlanta Falcons Hard Knocks, but, they're actually mic'd up, and they say some things that aren't, they say some explicit stuff. Rookies trying to fight for jobs, talk a little smack to the vets, and it can be very disrespectful. And just watching the film for the Bills, obviously this is a team that probably won't do that much this year, but the fight needs to stop. And I think it's just tiring for them, just doing a ton of practices and going against each other every day, and they want to go against someone else, so you can't wait. You can't wait to watch them during the preseason and the regular season.
Yeah, but what really is surprising is that rookies are getting involved because they're the ones that are trying to make the roster here, and you could possibly throw away that by getting into a fight. You throw away everything that you've done up to this point by getting in one fight. Just one day can ruin the however many days you've been with that organization. Brian Johnson, who's been with the Bills since he's a rookie now, and he's coming out of West Texas A&M. That's someone that you wouldn't think would be able to make a roster, but he's still with the team at this point. And if you're still with the team at this point and you come out of West Texas A&M, then you have a pretty good shot at making the team. And he could have possibly thrown it away by getting in a scuffle with 6-year veteran Eric Wood.
Okay, but Jeremy, also you bring up the rookie topics, but vets get in fights too. It's not like veteran players just sit there and let it watch. They get involved. So you don't think that they're trying to? Well, because some veteran guys are going to try and make the roster as well. Do you think that them getting into fights could affect their play as well?
Well, it seems as if that Brian Johnson started this fight. It says numerous veterans stepped in to defend Eric Wood, who is the veteran in this situation, and he sustained a cut to the nose. And Johnson was also, Brian Johnson, who was the rookie, was wrestled to the ground by Eric Peters and Scott Chandler is what it says. So, I mean, these are veterans. Eric Peters in his 9th season and Scott Chandler in his 8th season, taking down a rookie who looks like a fool now because he's the one who started this whole thing. I mean, Robert, what do you have to do? You think anything different now?
Jarrett. Hughes is obviously a veteran guy. Scott Chandler is actually a really good tight end, and then you also had Eric Peters and Eric Wood, and obviously several punches happened, so it got pretty damn physical. I didn't like the suicide part of it. Doug Marrone, I understand that, there was a big fight, but at least tell them to just go and leave.
It happened 2 days in a row, Robert. I mean...
Yeah, but you tell them to leave. You don't tell them to just... Or let them do suicides on their own. Don't let, the whole team do it, and it's not their fault. They shouldn't have to suffer the punishment. I know it's, work as a team.
Mm-hmm.
You mess up, it's the whole team's fault type of thing, but it's going to be on you. It's like Kyle Williams messing up against the New York Giants in 2010 in the playoffs. To be honest, that was kind of Kyle Williams' fault. They kind of lost that game because of him. You can't say it's a team effort that we lost. The Niners were pushing it perfectly, and then Kyle Williams hit his knees. So, obviously, Brian Johnson started this fight, but if you get involved with it, at least say, hey, we'll just leave practice or something like that. But Doug Marrone, I don't think he made the smart decision.
Okay, well, we'll agree to disagree there, Robert. But moving on to some Johnny Football talk, and a lot of people have the opinion that Johnny Football should be starting this season, but I think Kelsey Ferris has a different opinion on this subject. Kelsey?
I think it's just better for a rookie right out of college, maybe sit a season. I think that Johnny Football should learn some humility almost. He shouldn't come right in and take the starting position. I understand that he's a good player, and obviously he's a very good player. He's really talented, but he's being average right now, and I think that the current quarterback who's fighting for the number one position, along with Johnny Football, should be the starter because he's been there and he's a hometown boy. I love his story, and I personally hope that he makes it instead of Johnny Football.
Yeah, it was announced yesterday actually that that Hoyer will be the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season, but there has been some talk today, Robert, and we were just talking about this a few minutes ago, Robert, that there might be a 2-quarterback system on the table. Browns coach doesn't rule that out. I personally think that would be kind of silly. I don't know. What do you think, Robert?
I think that this 2-quarterback system is kind of pointless, but it could work for the Wildcat formation because Manziel can run the football. Obviously, you could see that during preseason, and I think this 2-quarterback system for Hoyer won't work out because Hoyer is a pocket passer. I don't see Manziel really working out that system. I think the only way it's going to work if he does Wildcat, which is rarely going to happen. Manziel might not even get a snap. Might only get 5 to 10 snaps this year. That's about it. He probably won't lead drives or anything because the Browns is a team that's actually fighting for the playoffs. Well, fighting for the playoffs and fighting for a good record. I think this team's gonna at least go has a 6-10 or 7-9 record this season. I think Hoyer is a guy that I like pocket passers personally. A lot of people can argue that. I'm not a big Colin Kaepernick fan, and I'm a Niners fan. But I think this 2-quarterback system isn't going to work out. And actually, also other news in Johnny Football, if anybody else wants to know, is he got fined $12,000 for making that gesture against the Vikings bench.
Yeah. What do you think about that gesture, Kelsey?
I just think it shows his immaturity as a player, and just in this as a player, in the NFL, just he hasn't had the experience. He can't handle it, and I think that's another reason that I think it was smart for them to announce Hoyer as the starter, because I don't think he can handle it as a rookie.
Yeah, I sort of agree. My opinion was that Manziel should have started because that offense. Oh, no, listen. Listen, he should be the starter because that offense, they don't have any firepower at this point. Josh Gordon's going to be suspended, maybe for the whole season, maybe not. And who else on that offense is gonna carry this team? Because I don't see anybody. You're gonna need someone to throw the ball or run the ball like Manziel can. You need a dual threat quarterback, and Manziel can bring that to this team. And I mean, I don't blame them for announcing that Hoyer will be the starter, but again, you're in the business of the NFL, not just. I mean, not
you
just.
You do have Ben Tate as a running back, and I think that he's an up-and-coming player. I mean, obviously, the Browns should have maybe gotten a better running back, but I don't think Ben Tate was a bad option. And, the Browns don't really have much wide receiver threats without Josh Gordon, so it's going to be tough. But I think Hoyer's going to get the job for maybe the next 2 years.
Wow. I mean, if the Browns aren't doing that well by week 4, I think Manziel will be starting.
Oh, I like how you Johnny Manziel fans think that, he's going to start week 4 if they go 1-3. That's not going to happen.
I'm not necessarily a Johnny Manziel fan. I'm just a person that believes that
the NFL on the bandwagon right now for him to start.
The NFL is not only for fun; it's a business too, and you want to sell tickets, you want to sell jerseys, and Manziel. It
doesn't matter. Do you want to at least win a couple games or lose most of them?
I think they have a better chance at winning if Manziel starts the season.
If Manziel played,
started, yeah.
Yeah, if he started, you'd have 4 wins. Obviously, I think his popularity would go to shame after that. If he has a bad season, Jeremy, his popularity can pretty basically go down, and no one's going to hear of him again. Let's remember, Jamarcus Russell, one of the favorite players I love to bring up. This guy was first round, and he's supposed to be this big-time guy. Obviously, he's a big dude for a quarterback. And look how much wins he got. 2. The Browns don't have a great team, and that's what scares me. That's why I think if you leave Hoyer there for a year, doesn't do very well, and this is a scenario that could happen, Johnny Football could take advantage of it. The Browns do better in free agency, get more picks. And I think the Browns maybe next year could potentially be a playoff team. Johnny Football wins the job. Second season, hey, he's in.
I say they should tank for Winston.
Oh, jeez. No.
Anything else to add, either Kelsey or Robert?
Not really. I think you guys hit all the main points there.
I think I hit all my main points, Jeremy, but I don't think Jameis Winston's your answer. But you never know what's going to happen. It's the NFL.
Kelsey, real quick, move on to baseball for 2 seconds. You know much? You know a little bit about baseball, right, Kelsey?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So you think the Marlins have a chance of making the playoffs?
Oh. I think. Well, right now they're 500 on the season, so I think they might have a chance.
Nice Google skills right there. They're my team, so gotta have faith.
You obviously think that they're gonna make it.
Gotta have faith. Since the new ballpark, I've been sad, and I want that ballpark to be filled again, but it might not happen. We'll have to see. Robert's Giants are doing well right now, and they're the ones holding us back at the moment. We're 4 games back of them, so
Well,
Hopefully.
you guys aren't going to come up, so.
Well, once the Nationals sweep the Giants this weekend for the Marlins,
It's not going to happen.
and the Marlins sweep the Rockies, and
Nope, will not happen.
and Cincinnati, and wait, and Cincinnati beats the Braves, then the Marlins will be 1 game back.
They're still 1 game back.
It's 1 game. I mean, that's something.
You could be a day late and $1 short.
Yeah. I mean,
And the Giants are down 0-1 right now against Washington, and
Yes.
they're actually in the bottom. Really? It's say yes.
I'm on playoff watch. I'm scoreboard
Let's
watching.
hope the Marlins lose today. Let's go.
Do you know what my night consists of when I get home from school? I scoreboard watch. That's what my night consists of.
This is what you consist of.
Yeah. No, I get home.
you consist of watching your team lose.
That's terrible. Oh, what? But no, I get home from school, and the Marlins haven't been good in 11 years. They haven't. The last time they made the playoffs, they won the World Series, and that. I mean, this is giving me hope. I'm hopeful that the Marlins will. I have no reason to believe that if the Marlins make the playoffs, they will not win the World Series. I have no reason to believe it because every time the Marlins have made the playoffs, they've won the World Series. 1997 and 2003. So,
Jeremy, just stop.
No,
Stop. It's not gonna happen this year, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, someone's gonna break you the news.
Do you guys?
And it's gonna have to be me.
Is this an intervention?
Yes.
Jeremy, you have a problem. You have a problem with the Miami Marlins making the playoffs, the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl again.
No, they will. That's something that is
The
actually
Dolphins
pretty realistic.
winning their division over the Patriots.
The
when
Dolphins will win
Patriots
their
are
division.
Assumingly, America. Let me finish the intervention, and then you can talk. Patriots are America's team, and they're gonna win that division. I'm sorry, Jeremy. You need to, calm down on the Miami Dolphins. Tannehill could have a comeback season, but besides that, I mean, your drama with the Martin Incognito thing still gonna come up.
Whatever.
Let's see. What else? What else are you a fan of?
No.
You gotta give me. Oh, Miami Heat.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm Jeremy. This is hard. I mean, they went 2 out of 4. They lose LeBron James. They're over. Dwayne Wade, his knees, they're shot. They're literally just gunshot. I don't know how he's moving. He's just walking. That's what he's doing. He's gonna play less than 50 games this year. Chris Bosh is gonna have to step up. Don't see it happening. Deng, congratulations, you signed a new small forward. Maybe you could have done a little bit something better. Maybe go for that. Kevin Love. Maybe try to get rid of Bosch, but obviously that wasn't going to happen. And your center situation, God bless you. God bless.
We got McRoberts.
No, you can't score. You can't score.
Oh.
And your bench got a lot better.
You
But
trying to make me cry, man?
I'm gonna make you cry. Mario
Hitting them
Chalmers.
with the cold hard facts.
This is what Mario Chalmers is gonna do. He's gonna choke the whole season. Sorry.
You know what? Haters gonna hate.
What? Who's your backup shooting guard?
My backup shooting guard,
Who's the backup shooting guard for the Miami Heat?
Mr. Danny Granger. Come at me, bro.
He's a small forward.
Backup small forward.
Yeah, he's a backup small forward for Deng. I need to know the shooting guard.
A shooting guard for the Miami Heat right now.
Oh, it's Dwayne Wade, but who's your backup?
Yeah, no, I know.
Is it a hello, my name is name tag? 'Cause that's what it sounds like right now.
Tyler Johnson.
Oh, Jeremy.
Ray Allen. Ray Allen. Once he comes back.
He's gonna retire. He's not gonna join your team anymore. He's going where LeBron's going. Him and LeBron moved together as one. Sorry,
Dude.
Jeremy.
With Tony Douglas, Tony Douglas can play both the point guard and the shooting guard.
Miami and Seattle are just gonna choke. I mean, I already convinced myself the Warriors are gonna make it till maybe the first round and get eliminated. The Giants will make the playoffs, won't win the World Series. The Sharks, well, they're just rebuilding. They're gonna be awful.
What about this? What about the San Francisco 75ers?
Can you just we went 1-1 in the regular season. It came down to the last play. We put up a way better game than the Denver Broncos did. Our game was practically the Super Bowl. Just remember that.
Okay.
And the 49ers, yes, they're going to struggle in the first half. Then they come back strong because you get Bowman, you get Smith back,
Mm-hmm.
and the running back game is going to kind of struggle. But Colin Kaepernick, I don't like him as much, but I think maybe this guy develops a little bit. I mean, he didn't look bad. He's not looking bad in preseason. He just needs to stop running the ball. I'll be happy.
Hey, watch out for James Ennis this year for the Miami Heat, man. He's going to be a star. He is going to be a star. You watch. He might be the starting shooting guard or starting small forward for the Miami Heat. Luol Deng, he's gonna play the power forward, and then we're gonna move Bosch to the center. It's gonna be glorious.
Oh, Jeremy, here I actually have a good scenario. The New York Jets are gonna do better than the Miami Dolphins this year.
Yes, I agree.
You just said that to get on Kelsey's good side.
No, I didn't. Because think about it. The wide receiver core, way better this year.
Oh, what? Wait. Okay, yeah. They have a good wide receiver core, but have you...
Wallace. Mike freaking Wallace.
Have you seen the Dolphins receiving core this year? Okay.
Jeremy?
Ready for this?
Because they're awful.
They're not awful. Stop it. All right, they just drafted Jarvis Landry. He's going to be a star. Brian Hartline is a proven receiver.
He's on breakout years, so...
Brian Hartline's a proven receiver. Brandon Gibson's a proven receiver. He almost single-handedly beat the Patriots in Foxborough last year until he got hurt in that game. Rashard Matthews proved himself after Brandon Gibson went down last year. And Mike Wallace. And we also got Marcus Thigpen. And you know what? Charles Clay, one of the most underrated tight ends in the league. You got to give me that one.
I do like Charles Clay.
There you go. All right. Well, enough talk. We're kind of going off on a tangent here, but
yes, we are, because this is perfect. Working out just perfect. Kelsey, I'm gonna ask Kelsey because since she's a Jets fan, I gotta figure this out. Kelsey, who starts, Geno Smith or Michael Vick?
That is a really good question. I don't like Michael Vick as a person, so I would have to say Geno Smith, but I don't know. I think it's going to be... I don't know.
What's been like? Have you heard any reports on it, like who they're likely going with, or is it still like a toss-up?
Pretty sure it's still a toss-up, and I think that's also kind of scary.
So I think the Jets do start Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Just because he's been in the system and he played all 16 games last year. Give this guy credit. Mark Sanchez is supposed to come in. He won the job. Geno Smith comes in. He had one of his worst practices, assumingly, last year. This guy went 8 for 8. I give Geno Smith credit. I think if they have Geno Smith in that system, that team improves to maybe 1 or 2 more wins this year. Especially with a wide receiver core. I think that's really going to help him. Jeremy, on the other hand, I think Miami has a good wide receiver core with an underrated tight end.
Yeah.
So I think Tannehill can improve. If Tannehill does not improve, Jeremy, I got to say, I don't know where the Dolphins are going.
You know, the first preseason game, he played really well. And I'm really excited about this offense this year because I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. I'm just worried about the defense because we're going to be missing Rashard Jones for, I think it was, it might have been 2 or 4 weeks or something like that because of substance abuse policy, which is really going to hurt us because we're not that deep in the safety part. And also, we really need some help in the linebacking core because I don't know, Wheeler and Ellerby, they were okay last year, but they're just not fast enough to cover the tight ends in this league anymore. They're not as athletic as them, and it's going to be tough this year. I hope they can hold up, but we'll just have to see. Once Deion Jordan comes back, he might play some linebacker too after his 2 or 4 game suspension. I might be mixing both of those up. So both Rashard Jones and Deion Jordan are suspended for either 2 or 4 games. That's going to hurt us. Anyway, Robert, Kelsey, thank you guys so much for helping me out tonight. I enjoyed this very much. Kelsey, you did a great job on your first show. You're a pro.
Oh, thank you.
And I mean, you seem like you've been doing this your whole life. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, the Arizona State Cronkite School of Broadcasting camp, that really helped, right?
Yes.
That was a lot of fun. Anyway,
Yeah.
Robert, always nice catching up with you, man. We'll have to get together at UCLA again next year and have Vince Young bring us some more donuts.
I can't wait for Vince Young to bring more donuts. I mean, he brings the best ones too.
Dude, don't you miss Big D, man?
Oh, I do, and he hasn't made his decision yet.
What's he between?
I don't know. Like, his parents are kind of telling him to maybe not do the shows.
Wow, what you saw Big D. He was walking around with his tape recorder. He decided not to play football with us because he was doing play-by-play of our football game. Big D is the hardest working man I've ever seen in my life. This kid, he announces everything. He announced us. What were we doing? Well, he announced our fantasy draft, Robert.
And he didn't announce.
Into his tape recorder. Big D is dedicated.
And we need him. So, Big D, if you're listening right now, we need your dedication to national sports. Come now.
All right, and on that note, we will end this show on a bang. For Kelsey Ferris and Robert Dieters, I'm Jeremy Schnell. Thank you, and good night.
Thank you for listening to another presentation of the National Sports Radio Station on Spreaker.com.